When Caeleb Dressel saw the scoreboard, he realized something that made him raise the arm of his competitor, Kristof Milak, to celebrate him. I can explain what he saw with this graph. The 100 butterfly has been one of the most contested and beautiful events in Olympic history. Some of the most famous swimmers have won gold in this event. But before the supersuits, breaking 50 seconds seemed impossible. Ian Crocker had been the closest one with a very fast time of 50.40, which would have won a medal on every Olympics and World Championships since 2008 to 2023. The great rivalry between Cavic and Phelps would produce uproar in the Olympics of 2008. Some say Cavic actually won because he touched the wall first. That's debatable. Either way, they didn't break the 50-second barrier, nor were they faster than Crocker's world record. But the fuel of the rivalry was ignited that day. Then the real supersuits came out in 2009. Cavic was getting extremely close to breaking the 50-second barrier when he broke the world record in 50.01 seconds. The World Championships in Rome took place exactly when the Cavic versus Phelps fire was the hottest. It was the perfect storm of fast supersuits, trash talk, the fastest swimmers in the world, and the most controversial rivalry of the pool all came together. The result, they would both break the 50-second barrier, Cavic going out fast and Phelps building up speed. The final strokes were nerve-wracking again. Phelps won again, and his celebration created chaos. He celebrated with his swimsuit, putting more fuel to the fire of the controversy of the supersuits. We made a video about this celebration, but people felt like I didn't conclude the story. So here's what happened after the celebration. The swimming community had to decide between more and more expensive supersuits and would make the sport even less accessible, or halt progress and technology a little bit but make the sport a little fairer. Thankfully, especially for swimming parents, the swimsuits were banned. After the supersuit era, times got slower. They were still very fast times. Phelps won twice more. In 2012, Chad Leclos tied for second place. A year later, Leclos won gold. 2015, he won again, joining the selected few who had swum 50 point something, the fastest time ever since 2009. Joseph Schooling got third. 1 year later, it was Schooling who would continue the trend of faster and faster times. And very unlikely, three of the best swimmers in history of the 100 butterfly tied for second place. Then, in 2017, it finally happened. Someone would swim below the 50-second barrier without a supersuit. Caeleb Dressel looked dominant from start to finish. He became the third person in history to break the 50-second barrier, the first one without a polyurethane supersuit. Milak would get second. 2 years later, in 2019, Dressel would get even faster and extend the gap between him and the second place. At the same time, Milak would look even more dominant, but in the 200 butterfly. He even broke the 10-year-old Michael Phelps world record by 0.78. By the time the Olympics of 2020 came around, Dressel was the clear favorite to win the 100 butterfly. Even prime Phelps and Cavic would struggle to swim faster than Dressel. So it was a surprise when Milak decided to swim this event. Dressel won with a new world record. No surprise there. But then he saw the board and there was another 49 point something besides him. Sure, he had won, but that was the second fastest Olympic silver in history. By a lot. Two of the greatest swimmers in history have very different personalities, and this makes their celebrations very different. But if you think back to the original Olympic values, which celebration would you like to see more of? A celebration of swimsuit brands or a celebration of sportsmanship? Last year, we didn't see Milak or Dressel in the 100 fly, but these three were fast. Maxime Grousset getting very close to that 50-second barrier. Do you think they have a chance at winning, or will Milak and Dressel make a historic comeback? If you want to know why the butterfly kick helps swimmers stay balanced, click on this video. See you there. Swim fast!